This past weekend on February 23rd and 24th, the Southern California Retro Gaming Expo was being held at the City of Pasadena Convention Center in Pasadena, California. I was there on Saturday to check it out, but only for a little while, a couple of hours. Last year, in 2018, the event was held at the Ontario Convention Center, and in 2017, the event was held at the City of Industry at Frank & Sons. I will say, in my opinion, I think I preferred the smaller venues. The pricing to attend has also increased, going from $15 for the weekend in 2017 to $40 for the weekend in Pasadena. I took a few photos and was able to score a few collectibles, which I will share with you here. So this was just a shot in the beautiful city of Pasadena of the building architecture that was right near the convention center. And this was kind of leading up to where you enter the event, and you can see people queuing up. And then I didn't know where I was going, so I just got in line. I saw a line and I got in it. And then once we got into the building, I was in line, and this was the line for the people who prepaid online. And of course I was in the wrong line. And then once you got into the building, this was all the vendors that were nearby, and I took a few pictures, and there was events going on, and I shot a video or two. And there was already a contest going on, and they were giving things out, and you could see in the background there's a line that was wrapping all the way around the building, and that line, I had to go up and ask somebody, I was like, what is this line for? And they were like, it's the Funko Pop. They're releasing exclusive collectibles. I'm like, oh, okay. And I just took a few pictures of this stuff that was around. People were lining up or taking pictures in front of that. And then in the center of the building, there were consoles set up for people to free play different video games, which was really cool. And with the classic televisions, and that was neat. And then one of the booths was the Sydney Hunter in the Caverns of Death, and John Lester was there, and he was showing off the version, the port for the Nintendo Switch. And I have a little bit of video of that. So that's coming out, I think, within a month. That's going to be released, and it's going to be a limited edition release for physical media, but it will be available for download digitally. And then off to the side, there was a building that contained all of the arcade machines. And it was a little bit disappointing because they didn't seem to have as many arcade free play machines as they had, as I've seen in previous years. And it was kind of in this side room, and it was a little dingy in there, but people were over there playing games and having fun, and I took a few videos. So you can kind of see what's going on there, and there's a few more machines to look at over here. I don't know, I guess I just was hoping for more of the classic machines. They did have a few, but not very many. So here they have Asteroids, Pac-Man, Zaxxon, Millipede. So there were a few of the classics there. This guy was really interesting. He was playing House of the Dead, and he put on a show for everyone. And let's look at that. That's kind of stuff that you go to see at the conventions. So he was really cool and fun to watch. And then I walked into a panel that was already in session, and it was Wood Hawker, and he was at this point talking about depression.
When I was younger, and the depression was really bad. I
I finished to the end of that panel, and he was cool to listen to, and because I didn't really know who he was. And then the next panel that came on were these guys, the Game Chasers, and they were pretty funny and animated. And someone in the audience gave them gave the guy on the left here a pair of socks, and and he put them on, and then somebody dared this guy. I'm sorry, I don't know their names. To basically to lick or to suck his toe or something, and I didn't catch that part on video, but he did that, and that was funny. And I took a little bit of video, of just a random video from them talking.
The choose your adventure thing, right? Was it? Yeah. It was, okay. It's one of the wrong choice punishments.
Well, the wrong choice punishment was an X. But also, there was that one time, I remember on the very first DVD where it was a question.
This was the lanyard they gave you for a single day pass, which I purchased for Saturday. And then going into the swag, I went to one of the booths, and the guy was selling some Intellivision games, which I was excited, and I was like, hey, you know, how much do you want for this stuff? So he's like, this one here, $20. I was like, okay, I'll take it, because I've seen it recently on eBay for over $100. So, and I don't have a copy, and I was excited to get that, and it was signed by somebody, which was really cool. And then he also had Christmas Carol, which I was like, hey, how much do you want for Christmas Carol? He's like, $20. Like, I'll take it, thank you. And so I was excited to get a copy of this game, which is a nice gatefold box. And then he also had Fortress, and I was like, he had 2 copies of Fortress. I've been wanting to get a copy of Fortress for the Intellivision for years now. And he had this one here, and I said, how much do you want for that? He's like, $40. I'm like, wow, I'll take it. So those were the swag that I got, were just those items. So Fortress, Christmas Carol, and Stonix. And then when I was at the booth, they had these little cards they were giving out. So this is the Caverns of Death, and they're showing here for Super Nintendo, but it's also going to be on the Switch coming up soon. The Curse of the Mayans, I guess, yeah. And then I got a pamphlet here, or not a pamphlet, a little card handout for Mag West, which I guess is going on in San Jose coming up this summer, I think. And then there was this little handout here for the GameCube. They had this thing called an Eon, which is something that lets you plug in an HDMI cable, or lets you look at it on a modern television. So that was pretty much the swag that I got over at the event. And I ran into this guy inside the convention, and I said, "Hey, man, you look just like Super Mario, or Mario. Can I take a picture?" And he was like, "Sure." And I got a shot of him. That was cool. This was just outside the auditorium where all the vendors were, and it was later in the day, so there was no lines. Everyone had already gotten their registrations. But overall, this was my experience for the Southern California Retro Gaming Expo 2019. I had a good time. And I didn't go Sunday. There were a lot of panels that I missed, unfortunately, because of that. But I enjoyed myself, and I got a few collectibles. So thanks for watching.